I'm Zach.
And I'm Jake.
We are the Dirt Road Men. Here for another gun video. This is really only our third video on the subject because we've been working our way through how to talk about guns specifically. Because we didn't want to do gun reviews. A lot of people do that. Hickok 45 is probably the best. But we want to talk about gun culture, our love of guns, and different things like that. If we come off somber at the beginning, I'm sure we'll lighten up later, but we just filmed a heavy video. If you saw, I'll link it in the description, our stance on gun control was the video we filmed right before this. Now then, moving on. Gun news for this week. And this is nuts. To me. Remington Arms has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Blew my mind. When did Remington start?
That's what's coming next. They were founded in 1816. This is a 202-year-old company.
Wow.
They were founded by Eliphalet Remington in Ilium, New York. Remington is America's oldest gun maker that's currently still active. Their first factory is the only factory in America that's that old and still makes the original thing it made with guns.
Oh, okay. I thought they were still making the original Remington. Whatever that might have been.
I don't know. So what contributed to Remington filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy, one of the biggest known gun makers? Well, this was surprising to me when I started doing research on this subject. Donald Trump's election has basically cost Remington its business. After Donald Trump's election, since then to now, 2018, Remington has lost 2/3 of its market share. 66%.
66%.
Now, if you think about that for a second, it's pretty simple to understand why. People under the Obama administration were afraid he was going to heavily restrict guns, and he did issue some executive orders on like magazine size and things like that, but people have been calling for AR bans, and Remington makes Bushmills. Bushmills. Jesus Christ. Bushmaster.
Can you imagine, though?
If they made whiskey, too.
Oh, I mean, the only thing they would need to then make would be cigars. Tobacco products.
And we would basically just be making Remington videos. They're not going away, though. Really. So they've filed for bankruptcy for $950 million in debt because they had to meet such a high demand under Obama and under Trump, who said, I will not, period, infringe, period, on, period, anyone, period's rights to own guns, period. People aren't afraid they're going to get banned anymore. So their sales have slammed down into the dumps. Remington makes the Remington 700. They've made great revolvers. The 1858 is a well-known revolver. It was the model for a movie that wasn't that great, of a book that we loved that came out recently. The Dark Tower. Roland's revolvers were modeled after an 1858 Remington.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, we could not believe it. But they're not going away. What they're doing is the current company that owns them, and I can't remember who it is, I didn't write it down, I ran out of paper, I'm sorry, is going to lose ownership, and JP Morgan and another company are going to basically split ownership of Remington Arms. They're going to continue production. We may notice no difference. People are still going to get paid. They're only going to have to pay off $175 million of their debt.
Okay, so they have spent that. What was that first number?
$950 million.
$950 million. Okay. And
They've spent that and cannot pay it off.
And then they're going to have to pay.
Almost like America's deficit.
100 and what?
$175 million out of almost $1 billion. The rest is what those other two companies are basically paying to acquire them.
Okay, so those other two companies are like, okay, we're going to absorb...
To my understanding, I'm not a banker.
We're going to basically absorb your debt.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pay off this much. And we're going to then take over and hopefully get it back up and going. And
Yeah, well, it should continue production like normal, so Remington shouldn't go away from stores. The company that owns them actually already tried to sell them back when one of their AR-15s was used in a mass shooting.
really,
Yes. But, yeah, we were in awe, and we wanted to make a video about it as gun news, letting you guys know that America's oldest gun maker is actually filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy because one of the most pro-gun presidents we've had in recent history took office.
it's. I'm a little closer than I thought.
Our camera's still zoomed in close from that serious last video we filmed.
So I should be scooting back, but I like the desk, so I'll split the difference.
Yeah, that's all from us. We wanted to let you know, though, the reason we wanted to talk about it, aside from the shock factor that Remington Arms filed bankruptcy, is they're not going away. They'll still be there. You'll still be able to get Remington Arms as far as any data we've been able to find. But as of last week, they have reached a deal to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy due to almost $1 million in debt. I can't believe it, but I'm also kind of happy in the sense of why it's occurring.
Yeah.
People are less afraid that as Americans, their Second Amendment right is going to be stripped away.
Yes. So, loosely what I thought earlier.
Okay. Did we edit it out?
Yeah, we edited it out. A total brain fart. So, President, probably the most controversial president we've had in recent history.
Oh, yeah. In our lifetime.
Everybody says he's such a terrible guy. People were in such high demand of trying to get all of Remington's products, as much as they can, as fast as they can. And then the most controversial president we've had in recent history is elected office, and everybody's just like, the weight of the world was lifted off their shoulders.
As far as guns are concerned.
As far as guns are concerned, one of their most basic constitutional rights they felt was no longer in danger.
Yep.
And because of that, Remington,
the oldest American gun maker.
The oldest American gun maker.
Dropped in demand so much.
That their orders they were presuming to be fulfilled were no longer needed.
Mm-hmm.
So they have all this excess surplus supplies.
Sorry, it shadows my face.
And almost zero demand.
Well, not almost zero, but much, much lower.
Much lower. Comparatively.
Yeah.
It's
33% of their original demand.
Yeah, they have a third of their original demand.
As of 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's it from us. We're going to get more frequent with gun videos as we have more ideas and better ideas. But we didn't want to do gun reviews, so we wanted to bring some gun culture because we really do appreciate our Second Amendment rights. We're very pro-American, very pro-Second Amendment company. And we wanted to give news when news that matters happens. So, I think that's it from us today. I'm Zach.
I'm Jake.
From the Dirt Road Men, and until we see you again, cheers to you.